Melbourne, are you ready to meet the top competitors of the 2025 through 2026 International Tour? Coming out to the track first, your 2025 Arena Championship Series Central Champion out of Christmas, Florida. This is Jamie Sullivan in Thor. Coming out to the track next, your 2024 International Tour Champion. This is Charlie Pauken in Megalodon. Coming out to the track next, your 2025 World Final Skills Challenge champion out of Lafayette, Louisiana. This is Granger and Max D. Coming out to the track class, your current 2025 through 2026 International Tour points leader out of Hagerstown, Maryland, representing the Black and Green Wrecking Machine. This is Matt Cody in Grave Digger. Melbourne, get loud because this is Monster Jam. Monster Jam fans, it is time for our first competition here of the evening, the JCB Racing Competition. All 8 of our drivers have been seeded into the bracket based off the results from our last event in Glasgow, Scotland. All 8 of our drivers will be competing head-to-head in a one-on-one elimination tournament, where the winner of each race will advance on to the next round, culminating in the final round race on the road to Monster Jam World Finals 27 in Salt Lake City, Utah. So, Melbourne, get loud if you're ready for the JCB Racing Competition. First up out of Gothenburg, Sweden, representing 25 years of the Crazy Bull, this is Peter Nyman in Toro, Loco. Versus in the other lane, out of Lafayette, Louisiana, this is Granger and Max D. Who will get the win and go on to the semifinals? Let's find out. Here we go. On your marks, set go. Now we have a muddy track here in Melbourne, and your winner is going to be Granger and Max D. Next up, your 2024 International Tour champion. This is Pauken in Megalodon. Versus in the other lane, out of Itasca, Illinois, this is Camden Murphy in the Amazing Spider-Man, who will get the win and go on into the next round. Let's find out. Here we go. On your marks, set go. Man, that was close, but your winner is going to be Pauken and Megalodon as Camden Murphy absolutely sends in crashes going over the finish line. Monster Jam fans, I've got a bit of a correction to make. I just looked back at the footage, and it looks like your winner is actually going to be Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. He really went fast and really wanted to win that race. And let's see though, as may have won that race, but you still gotta we're gonna get that truck back to the pits, and they're gonna get it looked at, and hopefully have the whole, and hopefully the truck is nothing too major broke on, so that way the truck can be ready to go for the semifinals. But as of now, Camden Murphy will get the win and go to the semifinals to face off against Granger and Max D. Next Next up, out of Hagerstown, Maryland, representing the black and green wrecking machine, this is Cody in Gravedigger. Versus in the other lane out of San Diego, California, this is Brandon Arthur in Iron Man, who will get the win and go on into the semifinals. Let's find out. Here we go. On your marks, set, go. Brandon Arthur, some major mistakes. He completely misses the race lane. And it looks like Cody and Gravedigger will get the win and advance on into the semifinals. Next up, out of Orlando, Florida, this is Joe Dennis in Black Panther. Versus in the other lane, out of Christmas, Florida, this is Jamie Sullivan in Thor. It's the final race here in round 1. Who will get the win and advance on into the semifinals? Let's find out. Here we go. On your marks, set, go. And your winner is going to be Jamie Sullivan in Thor yet again. Looks like the trucks just keep missing the race lane there on that other side of the track. So, that would have been, that's a 5-second penalty right there for Jamie Sullivan, but it's not going to matter anyways, as Joe Dennis in Black Panther will get the win and go to the semifinals. It is now time to kick off the semifinals here in this evening's JCB Racing Competition. First up, we have Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man versus Blake Granger and Max D. There's a 100-second clock going down right now for Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. They get the truck fired up and out onto the track. Camden Murphy experienced a hard landing and a hard crash to win the race in round number 1. And so they're trying to get the truck refired and back out onto the track. The truck doesn't have to be at the line by the end of these 100 seconds, but as long as that truck is fired and the truck is started, then Camden Murphy will be allowed to run the race. If not, Charlie Pauken and Megalodon gets a second chance of life here. But I think here's something. It's like Camden Murphy, I think he got that truck started. And it looks like Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man is back out on the track. Let's see who will get the win and go on to the final round. Will it be Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man, or will it be Blake Granger and Max D? Let's find out. Here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Camden Murphy messing up in the first turn as he rolls over, gets the save. That was really cool to do, especially in the mud, but it's not going to work out as Blake Granger and Max D will get the win and advance to the final. We'll go to the final round to face off against Blake Granger and Max D. Will it be Cody in Gravedigger, or will it be Joe Dennis and Black Panther? Let's find out. Here we go. On marks, set, go. Crazy somersault over the finish line, and your winner is going to be Cody in Gravedigger. Monster Jam fans, we've made it to the final round here in this evening's JCB Racing Competition. We started off the evening with 8 of the fastest Monster Jam competitors, and we are now down to the fastest 2. So, Melbourne, make some noise if you're ready to meet our final round contenders. First up, out of Hagerstown, Maryland, representing the black and green Wrecking Machine. This is Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Versus in the other lane, out of Lafayette, Louisiana, this is Blake Granger in Max D. Who will get the win and get the first 8 points towards this evening's overall event championship? Let's find out, and let's go racing. It's a battle between the greatest rivalry in motorsports. Wow, that was one heck of a race. I'm gonna maybe look back at the footage to see who won. I believe it was Matt Cody and Gravedigger, but I'm gonna double check just to make sure. Looking at the footage, we can confirm your JCB Racing winner is gonna be none other than Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Wow, what a race win right here for Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Man, these muddy conditions, they aren't the best here, and they're very hard to navigate, but still Matt Cody's able to persevere and get through it here and march his way through the bracket to get another racing win here. I believe this is now his second racing win here on the 2026 season. So Matt is super duper happy and proud that he's getting this win out here. Another much needed, another great win here for Matt Cody as he continues to try to run away with this points lead, and he just keeps on increasing his gap, and he just looks very locked in and more determined than ever to win this International Tour Points Championship. So just great job here for Matt Cody and Gravedigger on picking up this JCB Racing Competition win and for collecting the collecting the first 8 points towards this evening's overall event championship. And Melbourne, make some noise and give it up one last time for your JCB Racing Competition winner, Matt Cody and Gravedigger. And fans, it is now time for our second competition here of the evening, the Skills Challenge. All 8 of our drivers are going to come out here and get either 2 opportunities to try to do their best maneuvers on 2 wheels, or 1 attempt at a donut. 2 maneuvers you may see these drivers do out here on this track are stoppies, moonwalks, hoppers, sky wheelies, slap wheelies, bicycles, or maybe even a combination of these moves. So, Melbourne, make some noise if you're ready for the ready for the Skills Challenge. Coming out first, out of Gothenburg, Sweden, representing 25 years of the Crazy Bull, this is Peter Nyman in El Toro Loco. Nice there donut here for Peter Nyman. You know, these wet conditions are definitely maybe not the best to do 2 little maneuvers, like moonwalks and wheelies. So he opted for a donut, and he's going to nail it, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Peter Nyman in El Toro Loco. Your score for Peter Nyman in El Toro Loco is going to be a 7.010 as we get up for first place. Your leader to kick things off here in the Skills Challenge will be Peter Nyman in El Toro Loco. Next up, your 2024 International Tour Champion, this is Charlie Pauken in Megalodon. Nice there, slapway, walking it all the way across the track here in the mud. 1 more attempt left to go. Nice there, big sky wheelie, comboing it into a slack wheelie. They're off the race lane, setting it down, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Charlie, Pauken, and a Megalodon. Score for Charlie, Pauken, and Megalodon is going to be an 8.020. That is going to be good enough for first place. Your brand new leader is going to be Charlie, Pauken, and Megalodon. Next up, out of San Diego, California, this is Brandon Arthur and Iron Man. Nice there, donut and a cross track, landing it right there on the step up ramp, and that's gonna be the end of the run here for Brandon Arthur and Iron Man. Your score for Brandon Arthur and Iron Man is gonna be at 5.819. That is gonna be good enough for third place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. Next up out of Christmas, Florida, this is Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Wow, she's gonna do a tombstone. Nice there, being able to do that kind of a move by a tombstone here in this muddy, rainy conditions. One more attempt left to go here for Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Nice there, massive sky wheelie off the race lane. They're on attempt number 2, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Score for Jamie Sullivan and Thor is going to be an 8.590. As we get up for first place, your brand new leader is going to be Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Next up, out of Itasca, Illinois, this is Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. Nice your tombstone. Nice you're twisting the back to BKT tires. Nice, they're setting it down. One more attempt left to go here for Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. That's another tombstone. It's amazing how he's able to get this balance here with the limited traction he has due to all the mud. Nice, they're setting it back down, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. Your score for Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man is going to be an 8.583. That's going to be good enough for second place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Jamie Sullivan and Thor. Next up, out of Orlando, Florida, this is Joe Dennis and Black Panther. Nice there, big skyway off the step-up ramp here for the first attempt here for Joe Dennis. One more attempt left to go. Looks like he tried going for a stompy and going for a moonwalk off that step-up ramp, but he sadly just rolls over. This deuce is a terrible traction, and that's going to be the other run here for Joe Dennis in Black Panther. Score for Joe Dennis in Black Panther is going to be a 7.003. That is going to be good enough for 6th place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Jamie Sullivan in Thor. Next up, out of Lafayette, Louisiana, this is Blake Granger in Max D. Nice there, he's gonna get the slap willy into moonwalk combo. Nice there, rams in the step up ramp, sets it down, and that's gonna be the first attempt here for Blake Granger. One more attempt left to go. Nice there, stopping moonwalk combo. Wow, that's incredible to be able to get the stopping moonwalk combo here off the pod despite all the mud. Nice there, comes it back into the wheelie. He gets it on the wheelie bar, and then he sets it back down after kind of almost getting a reverse sidewall. And that's going to be the end of the run here for Blake Granger and Max D. Blake Granger and Max D is going to be a 9.338. That's going to get up for first place. Your brand new leader is going to be Blake Granger and Max D. Next, coming out last, out of Hagerstown, Maryland, representing the black and green wrecking machine, this is Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Nice your tombstone. Loses traction and sets it down. One more attempt left to go here for Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Nice there, slap wheelie, walking it all the way across the track and setting it down. And that's going to be the end of the run here for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Your score for Matt Cody and Gravedigger is going to be an 8.099. It's going to be getting up for 4th place, which means your skills challenge winner is going to be none other than Blake Granger and Max D. Nice job here for Blake Granger and Max D on getting this getting this skills challenge win. Man, the muddy conditions were a bit difficult to navigate. But, Blake Granger, it seems like he's just so good in this competition. Doesn't matter if we're in stadiums or in the arenas. Doesn't matter if it's, it doesn't matter if it's rain or shine, and it doesn't matter if he's in Megalodon, Toro, Loco, Max D, Monster Dalmatian. Doesn't matter what body we throw on that truck. Doesn't matter what chassis he's in. He's just always going to throw it down in skills. He laid down another great run. That second attempt was the main talking point. Being able to get that traction You know, it'd be pretty normal in a regular event, normal move. But here in the mud, I was really impressive. I was able to get that moonwalk, and I was able to just walk it back up on the pod as if we were in the dry track conditions. He walks it back. He combos it into a wheelie, and then he tries to upset the truck, and then he gets into a little reverse sidewall, sets it down, and that was just an amazing hit right there from Blake Granger, Max D. Just what a great skills run from him. Another good one from him as he's gonna take home another skills challenge win. Just, great job out here for Blake Granger and Max D on getting this skills challenge win and for collecting the next 8 points towards this evening's overall event championship. Melbourne, make some noise and give it up one last time for your 2-wheel skills challenge winner, Blake Granger and Max D. Monster Jam fans, it is now halftime, so go get up, stretch, head on out to the concourse, and we'll be back out here in half an hour for our final competition of the evening. Stay dry, everybody, and enjoy halftime. We can't wait to see you all back out here soon for our final competition. Fans, I need you guys' help to open up our final competition here of the night. I need all of you fans to pull out your cell phones and turn on that flashlight. Now I'm going to need you fans to move your phones up and down to the beat of the music. Let's get it started. Here we go. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it going, Melbourne. Follow the beat with Mr. Krabs. We've reached the pinnacle of tonight's Monster Jam event. It's time for the Monster Jam Freestyle Competition. Coming out first out of Lafayette, Louisiana, this is Blake Granger and Max D. So I try to go for bicycles at 2 minutes have started right now here for Blake Granger. Nice there save. It just rained a lot towards the end of halftime. So this track is extra muddy out here. And Blake is going to be the first one to have to tackle this muddy track, so I'm pretty sure this track will probably get drier as we go on here in freestyle, but definitely towards the start it's definitely going to be a bit difficult out here. Looks like Blake is lining it up for it. The Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp, and he's gonna nail it. Very clean backflip here for Blake Granger. 30 seconds are left here for Blake Granger and Max D. And that's going to be the end of the run here for Blake Granger and Max D. Blake Granger, Max D is going to be an 8.877. That's going to be good enough for first place. Your leader to kick things off here in the freestyle competition will be Blake Granger and Max D. Next up, your 2025 Arena Championship Series East Champion out of Clarion, Pennsylvania. This is Tony Ochs in Iron Man. Tony Ochs, you know, he had a bit of a delayed plane flight here and arrived a bit late here to the venue, but he is ready to tear it up here in freestyle. Brandon Arthur filled in for him in the first half of the event, but Tony is now here to burn it down here in freestyle here for you fans. Tony Ochs' first appearance on international tours. He's driving Ironman, so let's see how he does. Seconds are left here for Tony Ochs in Ironman. Almost rolling over here. Almost keeps going on his lid here several times, but keeps on all 4 BKT tires. Nice, so I'm trying to go for a little donut there at the end of time, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Tony Ochs in Ironman. Our score for Tony Ochs in Ironman is going to be an 8.495. That's going to get up for second place. Your leaders still going to remain to be Blake Granger and Max D. Next up, out of Itasca, Illinois, this is Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Nice there, big air from Camden Murphy. Nice there, somersault save there for Camden Murphy. Nice there, big send there off the track here for Camden. Nice here, save. 30 seconds are left here for Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. He's gonna land and crash it right there on the roof, and that's gonna be the end of the run here for Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Your score for Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man is gonna be 9.007. That is going to be good enough for first place. Your brand new leader is gonna be Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Next up, out out of Orlando, Florida, this is Joe Dennis in a Black Panther. Nice there, big send across the track to kick off the run here for Joe Dennis. Massive sky wheelie in the somersault there for Joe Dennis. Joe Dennis is really running it down, laying down a great run. He hasn't driven in a very long time, so he's really laying down an impressive run right now. Another awesome save, 30 seconds left. That's going to be the end of the run here for Joe Dennis in Black Panther. Wow, what a run right there by Joe Dennis. The score for Joe Dennis in Black Panther is going to be an 8.518. That's going to be good enough for third place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Camden Murphy in the Amazing Spider-Man. Next up out of Christmas, Florida, this is Jamie Sullivan in Thor. See how Jamie Sullivan does here. You know, we were here in Melbourne to kick off this international tour all the way back in August of last year. Jamie Sullivan was able to pick up a freestyle win here. So let's see how she does, and let's see if she can pick up another freestyle win here today. Hard landing here. Never a bit difficult. Jamie Sullivan not used to driving in the mud. He's only driven in the mud one other time, which was back last year in La Plata, Argentina. And these are definitely the track conditions he's not really that used to. But she's definitely laying down a decent freestyle run right now. Nicer save here from Jamie Sullivan. That's what judges are looking for. 30 seconds are left here for Jamie Sullivan. Great save here for Jamie Sullivan. And that's going to be the end of the run here for Jamie Sullivan in Thor for Jamie Sullivan in Thor is going to be an 8.515. That is going to be good enough For 4th place, your leader is still going to remain to be Camden Murphy in The Amazing Spider-Man. Next up, your 2024 International Tour Champion. This is Charlie Pauken in Megalodon. First up, we're going to be moving one of these chairs over here as we do not need it anymore. And Charlie Pauken is ready to go kickstart this run. As the 2 minutes have started here for Charlie Pauken. Nicer somersault here for Charlie. Nice there save. Nice there slap wheelie. So he's gonna line up here for the Morgan and Morgan backflip. He's got it consecutive and he nails it. He's got one last hit in store as the time has ran out here for you fans as he sends it across the track, and that's going to be the end of the run here for Charlie Pauken in a Megalodon. Your score for Charlie Pauken in a Megalodon is going to be an 8.888. That's going to be good enough for 2nd place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Camden Murphy in The Amazing Spider-Man. Next up out of Hagerstown, Maryland, representing the black and green wrecking machine, this is Matt Cody in Gravedigger. As they're sent to the middle of the pause, let's see how Matt Cody can do here in freestyle. Nice there slap wheelies for Matt Cody. Say Matt Cody's lining up here for the Morgan and Morgan backflip, and he's gonna nail it perfectly. Sending it across the track. 30 seconds are left here for Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Massive sky wheelie. Matt Cody's got one last hit here for you fans. And see if it's going to absolutely fly it across the track, ending the run on its leg. And that's the beginning of the run here for Matt Cody and Granger. Your score for Matt Cody and Granger is only going to be an 8.880. That is only going to be good enough for third place. Your leader is still going to remain to be Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Coming out last, out of Gothenburg, Sweden, representing 25 years of the Crazy Bull, this is Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. Nice little sky wheelie. See how Peter Nyman can do. Peter Nyman was reeling for a freestyle win in both Dresden and in Cardiff, but it did not happen. So let's see if he can get it done here today. Peter Nyman not used to driving in these muddy conditions. Let's see how he can do though. He's been laying down a pretty decent run so far. This old Toro Loco truck knows how to handle it here in freestyle. And Peter Nyman's laying down a pretty decent run right now, getting some pretty decent momentum. Nicer massive send here from Peter Nyman. Nicer save. 30 seconds are left here from Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. Nicer save for Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. And he's just gonna roll it over right there at the end of time, and that's gonna be the end of the run here for Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. Your score for Peter Nyman and Toro Loco is gonna be an 8.870. That's gonna be good enough for 5th place, which means your freestyle competition winner is gonna be none other than Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Nice job here for Camden Murphy on getting this freestyle win. Man, you know, this muddy track was definitely very difficult to navigate here tonight. But Camden Murphy was able to get it done. Just getting big sends off of every single jump. Just launching it here across the track. He had pretty great air and pretty great momentum all throughout his run. And this is going to be enough to get him a freestyle win. Another one here down here for Camden Murphy. And it's another, this win, for Camden Murphy, he didn't know if he was going to be able to win this. He has to give some props to drivers, like Matt Cody and Joe Dennis, who also burned it down and laid down very phenomenal runs. But I guess at the end of the day, in the eyes of the judges, Camden Murphy will get the win. And this is now his second freestyle win here on the year, which he's very proud of here. Camden felt as if he was robbed a lot in 2025 of freestyle wins, so he's happy to be collecting a few here so far here in 2025. I know he won it 2 days ago on Thursday in Cardiff, and now here we are 2 days later in Melbourne and Camden. Already has his second freestyle win here on the season, so just great job here for Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man on getting this freestyle win and for collecting the next 8 points towards tonight, or the last 8 points towards tonight's overall event championship. And Melbourne, make some noise and give it up one last time for your freestyle competition winner, Camden Murphy and the amazing Spider-Man. Alright, everybody, your overall event championship winner has been determined after getting a total of 7 points in the JCB racing competition, a total of 8 points in the skills challenge, and 5 points in the freestyle competition, for a total of 20 points. Your BKT overall event championship winner is going to be none other than Blake Granger and Max D. Nice job here for Blake Granger on getting this win here in this BKT overall event championship. Man, it's 2 for 2 here on the day for Blake Granger. He got it earlier today in Glasgow, and now here in Melbourne, he's got another overall event championship win. And Blake is super happy about this. You know, Max D tomorrow is potentially and probably will be the last event for Max D. So, you know, Blake and these 4 events he's had with Max D this week, you know, he's wanting to go all out and just go big here in all these events. And he's going to bring home another overall event championship win. You know, it's where it all started on the international tour back in August, nearly 5 months ago. And Blake had some great success in those events, and now he's come back out here nearly 5 months later, and he's had more success, bring home another overall event championship here in the mud and here in the rain. And, you know, the true winners are you Monster Jam fans. Blake Granger, just love to say thank you for sticking it out through the rain and all the weather that we had here tonight. He thanks you all for sticking it out and still being here to support him and support Monster Jam. And, your real winners are you fans who got to see an awesome show. And Blake Granger is super happy he's able to get another overall event championship win here on this tour. And, just great job here for Blake Granger and Max D. So, Melbourne Monster Jam fans, give it up and make some noise one last time for your BKT overall event championship winner, Blake Granger and Max D. Monster Jam fans, let's take a look here at the results here from tonight's event here in Melbourne, Australia. Here's a look here at the results from the JCB Racing Competition and the BKT Overall Event Championship. Then lastly, here are the results from the Skills Challenge and the Freestyle Competition. Currently right now in the series points, remaining in first place will be Team Gravedigger with 466 points. Second place, it will be Team Thor with 402 points. Third place will be Team Megalodon with 393 points. Fourth place will be Team Black Panther with 382 points. Fifth place will be Team The Amazing Spider-Man, 370 points. Sixth place will be Team Toro Loco with 366 points. Seventh place will be Team Max D with 224 points. Eighth place will be Team Iron Man with 191 points. And then in ninth place will be Team JCB Digatron with a total of 70 points. Right now, Matt Cody just continues to expand that points lead as he now has a 64-point lead over Jamie Sullivan and Thor, over Team Thor. So, that's a lot of points right there. That's like a stack of points right there that Matt Cody will lead by. So, Jamie Sullivan and Team Thor really needs to step up their game here in these coming up stops. So that way, Team Gravedigger does not run away with it as Matt just continues to expand that points lead here in Gravedigger as he's been so dominant so far on this international tour. And these other drivers, they really need to step up their game soon so that way he does not run away with the points, with this points lead. And Charlie Pauken as well, he can also step up his game as well. And Charlie's linked for a second place spot, and he's now only 9 points behind Team Thor. So Megalodon is hoping to get into that spot here and get into second place here very soon. And almost looks like Spider-Man is almost in striking distance to enter into the top 4. And he's only 12 points behind Black Panther. So let's hope Spider-Man can try to clinch that tomorrow. And Team El Toro Loco is still so close to that 5th place spot, only 4 points behind Or actually, no, I misread. That's actually 356 points. So they're 14 points behind. So let's hope Toro Loco with Peter Nyman can step it up tomorrow and he can try to gain some ground here on Spider-Man, and Team Toro Loco can get into 5th place. But these points are really interesting right now. While there isn't a really close battle for 1st place, there definitely is some interesting battles all throughout the board, like the battle for 5th place and for 2nd place is very interesting right now. So everybody needs to be sure they watch the next stop on this tour to see what happens in these points. Currently right now, this tour's next stop will be on Sunday, January the 4th in Sydney, Australia, at Acker Stadium for another show there as this international tour will return back to Sydney tomorrow. We're very excited to return to Sydney tomorrow morning. The lineup for the show will be very similar to what we saw here tonight. It's going to feature Matt Cody and Gravedigger, Charlie Pauken and Megalodon, Peter Nyman and Toro Loco, Camden Murphy and the Amazing Spider-Man. Tony Ochs will be driving for a full event tomorrow in Ironman, as Brandon Arthur will not have to fill in for racing or for skills, but Tony will be there for the full event tomorrow and to drive Ironman. And then we have Jamie Sullivan in Thor, and we also have Bari Musawwir making his return to Black Panther. As Joe Dennis is not one time event. He will be back to drive Black Panther for one more show coming up very soon. But Bari Musawwir will be back behind the wheel of Black Panther tomorrow. And tomorrow's event is going to be really interesting, as tomorrow's event will mark the final Monster Jam appearance for Max D. I know we kind of maybe said this during the Superstar Challenge in 2024. But I think we mean it this time. This will be Max D's final event tomorrow on this international tour. As tomorrow in Sydney will be Max D's final show that he does on this international tour. After this, Blake Granger will bounce around from Toro Loco, Megalodon, and even Musawwir Dalmatian on this international tour. And Max D most likely will be retired, as Max D. He does not have any shows after this, and the truck is too far behind to really catch up and try to catch up and win the points series to get that automatic invite to the World Finals. So Max D is very legendary. Truck will have one last show appearance tomorrow, and we cannot wait to watch Blake Granger burn it down. And tomorrow will also be Camden Murphy's final time behind the wheel of the Amazing Spider-Man. So definitely keep our eye out tomorrow for Blake Granger and Camden Murphy, as they're going to be sure to burn it down tomorrow on this international tour, and they're ready to go big out here for you fans, and they're looking to both try to win that overall event championship win. And Monster Jam fans here in Melbourne, we will be returning to Melbourne later on this year, as in around 1 month and 13 days from now, we'll be back here in Melbourne, Australia on Monday, February 16th for another show. It's going to be even bigger than this one, as it's going to have 10 trucks this time around. The Andersons will be competing with Adam Anderson and Ryan Anderson. We're going to have Sparkle Smash, JCB Digatron. It's going to be a really fun event, so you guys do not want to miss out on that. So everybody, please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you guys can be notified for the next stop here on the 2025 to 2026 International Tour comes out. Alrighty, bye-bye everybody. Have a God bless day, and that was Monster Jam. Thank you, Melbourne, for another great event here. And thank you, fans, for coming out. We hope you fans have a safe drive home, and we can't wait to see you all soon at our next Monster Jam.